Smoking on airplanes has been banned for more than 2 decades, but apparently no one told this airline passenger who was on a morning flight to Minneapolis. A woman on a Spirit Airlines flight in 2019 recorded this man seated in her same row. Seemingly half asleep, he lights a cigarette and takes a drag before closing his eyes and settling back for a sleepy smoke. The passenger across the aisle watches in disbelief before finally calling for the flight attendant.
You cannot smoke on airplanes.
Oh my God.
That's against the law. You do know that, right? Where's your boarding pass?
The sleepy smoker seems remorseful for his mistake. Gary Quessenberry is a retired air marshal. Gary, have you ever seen this? A guy lighting up a cigarette on the airplane?
I've been on airplanes where people have decided to try to smoke, but never just this blatantly. And it's obvious to me that the guy really doesn't know where he's at or what's going on. And he decided just to light up a cigarette. And it was kind of funny to watch, but I've never seen that in my career.
Yeah, he looks a little out of it. I'm not sure he understands. I mean, maybe it's a red eye and he's taken a sleeping pill or something, but he looks out of it and he just lights up like it's the most normal thing on earth to do while everybody sort of stares in shock.
Right, exactly. It was kind of, from an air marshal's perspective, if you see something like this happening, naturally just acting as a concerned passenger, you could have said, "Hey buddy, you're not allowed to smoke on the plane." And he would have probably snapped out of it and put the cigarette out immediately. But when I was watching the video, the most concerning thing to me in that situation wasn't necessarily the cigarette that he lit up. But if you look closely in his pocket, there's a clip to a pocket knife that he has with him on the plane. So from a law enforcement perspective, not so much the cigarette, but that knife is the biggest security concern.
What kind of penalties, fines, charges does a passenger face for lighting up on a plane?
Well, it can be up to like $4,000 in fines, and there can even be jail time. But that's normally for people who deliberately try to smoke on the plane and then they start tampering with equipment like smoke detectors in the lavatories. This guy, given the circumstances and the fact that when he was told to put it out, he realized he was doing something wrong and he put it out immediately. He may just walk away with a slap on the wrist, maybe a small fine.
Luckily, this instance of in-flight smoking ended in a calm manner without further incident. Police boarded the plane and escorted the man off. It is unclear if he was charged.